That was really great discussion, guys. We're going to go ahead and pull that all together, though. This is an outline of a 50-minute class period. Now, 10-minute video lecture, and it doesn't have to be 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure the video that I started with wasn't a full 10 minutes. It could be however long the concept needs to be taught. So it could be 7 minutes, it could be just 5 minutes. Now during this time, I would advise my students to take notes about whatever is on the board. Now, yes, I am making whiteboards cool again, but this is what you need to know. What I speak is the extension, the explanation, all of those things. So this would be an excellent time to have your students refine and hone in on that note-taking skill. Now during 30 minutes, the majority of your class period, you are going to have time to do things you have never had time to do before. For students who have watched the video and they do not really get the concept, this is time for you to do small group instruction, that remediation and providing support, that helping students get it. Now, you're going to have students who understand it right off the bat, and this is time for that extension work and enrichment. They can really take this skill to the next level. Go ahead and start practicing, or even better yet, hone in on the 21st century skills of collaboration, creation, and communication. Some other things that you can do during this time in class period are things that I only dreamed about being able to do. For example, there's project-based learning. Students who understand a concept and are ready to go on can start applying those concepts to real-world situations. And project-based learning is one of the things that can be done to help that. Differentiating instruction, it's been around, this is not a new concept, but having the time to actually do it is new. So differentiate instruction allows students to kind of choose pieces of the concept to really refine, to scaffold, all of those kinds of things. And finally, technology integration, my personal favorite. We have devices. We've heard about all of these great apps that students can use, but when are we going to find the time to actually use them? This is that time. This is time for students to create videos. This is time for students to use a practice app, for example. Now the last 10 minutes of class, this is probably the most vital part of the class, because this is the time that your students can reflect. Okay, that big reflection is very, very important. Now for reflection, there are a number of things you could do. You could have students journal. You could have students, do an app for journaling and submit that to you. You could have students do a 3-2-1, which is simply maybe 3 things that you got out of the lesson, 2 questions you still have, 1 thing you'll remember forever. Or you could do maybe a red, yellow, green. Green, if you understand the concept, don't need anything else. Yellow, if you're still a little murky and could use a little more practice. Or red, if you're just completely lost. And then finally, pulling all of those pieces together. What I would do in my classroom is show this lecture again. Okay? Just the last 4 or 5 minutes, when normally kids are wanting to pack up anyway, put that video back on. See if kids understood something a second time, or now that they've had time to kind of expand on their knowledge, now see if that lecture is a little bit clearer for them. And that is what you can do with your 50-minute class period if it's flipped.